We are live on YouTube. This is Jack and Joey. We host a Jaguars podcast together called the Jag Bros. We don't have JT with us today, but we are going to do our first 7-round mock draft for the Jacksonville Jaguars using ESPN's new mock draft simulator. But before we jump into that, Joey, I know you did a rundown of some of the guys you like that the Jaguars have already met with. Give us a little bit of that, and then we'll jump right into round one.
Yeah, we'll use who the Jags have met with and had meetings with to kind of pick our picks. Looks like they've met with 4 offensive linemen who are considered first round picks. They've met with, let's see, Troy Fontenot. They've also met with the Oregon State offensive tackle Tal Fuaga. I don't even know how to pronounce his first name.
He's a
They've
beast,
met.
though.
Oh yeah, he's a beast. He can play any position. Same with the
Yeah.
Washington guy, Troy. They've met with Mims.
Fatanu, I think. Yeah. Both those
Yeah,
guys are great.
Mims, an absolute beast of a man. He had some injuries and hasn't played very much, but his ceiling's really high. They've met with him. And then they've also met with 2 corners that are considered first round picks, and they're not the 2 corners that you would think about. It's not Terry and Arnold, and it's not Mitchell. It's actually Kool-Aid McKinstry, which I love. I love Kool-Aid. I think he's actually maybe even a little bit better than Terry and Arnold. And then they've also met with Nate Wiggins twice already, which is the only cornerback that they've met with twice. And then they've met with, looks like, 1 wide
Yeah.
receiver in the first round. Oh, actually 3 wide receivers in the first round. 2 of them we'd have to trade up, Roma
Yep.
Dunze and Malik Neighbors. I
Let's
don't think
go.
we're going to be able to get up there. I don't know what it would
It would cost
cost
a
to
lot.
move up.
Yeah.
It would, yeah. And then only one other guy that would actually be there at 17, Brian Thompson Jr. Uh,
Yeah. From
so
LSU.
let's, yeah. We've met with quite a few third round wide receivers. That's where it seems to be kind of their sweet spot. They got met with Tez Walker, McMillan, the guy from Alabama, Burton.
Hmm.
So a bunch of like kind of third round guys. So that's what it kind of seems like wide receiver, but we'll just see kind of how the simulator runs. We'll go ahead and load it up and see what we will do in our first round.
Well, do you want to do this, Joey? I mean, we'll collaborate together, but do you want to take odds or evens of having the final say for that pick?
Hmm. I'm cool with either one. Which one would you
Okay.
rather have?
I'll take evens. You can take
All
all
right.
the pressure of the first
All
round
right, the first
pick.
round.
Hey, and as you guys are watching, if you're watching this live, go ahead and give us your comments of what you like about the pick. But if you're watching it later, go ahead and give us your grade for each selection if you would do the same. We'd love to interact with you all. This is our first one doing it. If you want to see us do this more often, let us know as well. We may do like a 2.0 version, but let's make it happen. All right, Joey, hit the start button and let's see who's on the board at 17.
All right, let's see what goes down. Caleb Williams first. All seems like it's actually going to probably go down the draft. Jared Verse is gone.
Oh,
Nate
Nate
Wiggins is
Wiggins gone.
gone. Mitchell's gone. So we have Troy Fontenot. We have Terry and Arnold, JC Latham, Mims,
Oh,
Brian
there's AD
Thomas
Mitchell
Jr.,
and
AD
Bryant. Yep.
Mitchell.
Yep.
Hmm. That's a
Ooh,
good question.
the pressure is on here, Joey.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
Jaguars fan
I
base
think
is
it's
gonna.
uh we have too good of stuff to kind of move back. I think we should stay pat, and I'm between Troy and Arnold. I really think we need a cornerback. Troy Fontenot, though, is also a beast on the line. He can play guard, tackle, center, and we actually really need a tackle because Cam Robinson and Walker Little both are not under contract next year. That means we only have Harrison. But I think Terrion Arnold, with how many wide receivers have been picked up this year on the AFC South, it is a weapons race. So we need to
That's
be
a
able
good
to
point.
cover these guys. Calvin Ridley's not with us anymore. They got Stephon Diggs now in Houston. I think we have to go cornerback to be able to cover those guys. So with the first pick, I think it's a very solid pick. Can't go wrong. Terrion Arnold.
Yeah, I'm a huge Terran Arnold fan. I love that pick. He's probably number one for me on the big board. Assuming no one, big time falls to us, I would love that pick. Started both freshman and sophomore years at Bama, 5 picks this last year, and just a sky high ceiling. So I am a big fan of Terran Arnold. And, uh, you know, but Tanu would have been a great, but the Jaguars need a starter day one in a lot of these positions because it's the last year of Trevor's deal. So we need an
Definitely.
impact player. All right, let's see what's going to be on the board at 48.
All right, we got Sweat, which I think he's great, but he's going to fall now with his DUI.
Yep,
I don't
that's what I
think
was going
it's
to say.
smart picking him up in the second round. Maybe if he falls to us in the third round and it's too good to pass up. So we already got cornerback, so I'd be looking at either offensive line or wide receiver. Looks like we have Ricky Pearsall is
I
available.
know JT would want that selection. Some Gator fans are probably screaming for us to take Ricky P. I know
I
you like
love
Braylon Trice.
Yes, I was just about to bring up Braylon Trice. I think he's a first round value. At the second round, he had the most pressures in college. He, for some reason, has been overlooked this NFL draft. I think he would be an incredible rotational guy, but we may not be able to go edge second round. But second round's yours, Jack. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I love Trice. Can you actually throw up? Oh, I like TJ Tampa, but we all obviously already went corner. Can you throw up who's available at wide receiver, like
Yes, we'll
under
go to
the
position.
positions?
Mhm.
Oh man.
So we got Ricky
Okay.
Pearsall, Roman Wilson, Jerry Rice's son, Braden Rice.
Yeah. Roman Wilson is a beast. I'm shocked he's rated as low as 70. I don't necessarily love the value here. Man, see, like I like a more of a big bodied receiver here for the Jaguars, and none of them
Definitely.
are jumping off the page here. I think Brendan Rice is way too early. So let's go back to the big board overall. And
Sure.
I think we may go defense back to back. I actually am leaning Chris Braswell, or Chris Jenkins is a really incredible run stopper, and the Jaguars struggled there.
Yeah, D tackle
Bob,
is definitely something we could still use.
yeah, I think I am going to go edge rusher here. The
All right.
Jaguars just had no depth at this other than the two best guys, Josh Allen, which of course is amazing that we've got him locked up to a long-term deal. But a lot of people have Chris Braswell as a late first round pick. And so even though he's not going to be a full-time starter, I think he'll be able to come in and still give 30, 40, 50% of snaps and be a guy that you would love to see get 4 to 6 snaps. Sorry, 4 to 6 sacks in his rookie year. So I'm going to take Chris Braswell here with the second round pick. A little bit of a surprise. Most of the time in these mocks, I've been doing wide receiver, corner, or offensive line, but I want to go a little bit different direction. And we're going to speed it up a little bit more as we get into later rounds, but wanted to take some more time on these first couple rounds because these are big selections for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So let's
Definitely.
see how the second round plays out and who's going to be on the board for you towards the end of the third round.
Yeah. And getting an edge guy, you can never have enough with how much the AFC South's going to throw it. You're going to be have to get after the quarterback. And you need to be able to rest Josh Allen. You need to be able to move Trayvon Walker inside sometimes.
Yep.
So I do think an edge in the second round is a good value. Don't think we should go first round, but second to third, it's a good spot. All right, let's see what's going on. Now, the third round, I wouldn't hate trading up, package one of the fourth rounds with the late third round to see where we're
Agreed.
at. Uh, And I am definitely going to think wide receiver in the third round. Let's see.
Oh, I think it paused on you, Joey. You gotta
It
let it
did.
keep.
I'm
Okay, okay.
was I wanted to make sure
You're gonna get ready for a trade here.
I am. I think I am going to make a trade.
All right,
Let's
let's make it
see.
happen.
I'll try
Joey, aka
Washington
Trent
first.
Baalke here.
We'll package the 96 pick with, let's see, the 116th pick. They
I
did not
like it.
accept.
Oh, come on, Commanders.
Throw in the last next year's fifth round and done.
Okay. All right, you're on the board.
All righty. Now we definitely need a wide receiver, and how can you not go with Jerry Rice's son? I mean, he was considered the best wide receiver of all time. Jerry Rice, great pedigree, had a great quarterback in Caleb Williams at college, had really good stats. He's 6'2", runs really well. And I think that he could even flourish even more. I don't think he'll be a number one right away. I think it'd take a year or so. He can be a number three this year, have Kirk number one, Davis number two, Gabe Davis, and then number three, Brandon Rice, and then Zay Jones and him can kind of move in and out. So I think that that'd be a great pickup.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it was a huge red zone threat where the Jaguars struggled. And if the board fell this way, we'd have to be feeling pretty good because I like a couple of those guys there. Malachi Corley is a beast. Baker, Polk, or two other big bodied wide receivers. I know you like Jermaine Burton as well, so
Hmm.
that could be a good deal. So, all right. So as we were thinking about, okay, round four, we've hit cornerback, went Terry and Arnold round one. We hit edge with Chris Braswell. Oh man, we went back to back Bama. I didn't even think about that.
Oh
Chris
yeah, we did.
Braswell, edge. And then we traded up in the third round to go get Brendan Rice, son of Jerry Rice, wide receiver. So maybe defensive tackle, maybe offensive line here. Let's
Yeah,
see what's
hold
on the
on.
board.
We'll look at our picks. So we got cornerback, edge rush, wide receiver. I'd say we need a big body guy, either offensive line or defensive line.
I
Let's go ahead
agree.
and look at the big board. Where's the
And maybe
big
my
board?
boy Zach Zinter is on the board. I'm a big fan of his. Oh, look at that. He's like
Oh, right
uh
there.
8 down. We'll scroll a little bit, just see who else is on the board. If anyone jumps off the page, but I think that is going to be my pick. Zinter is a guy that people had close to round one until a major injury. And I think when you get into round four, you want a little bit more risk, but high reward. So I think that's perfect. He comes in, can learn and grow under Sheriff. And the way the deal's set up, that as soon as Zinter's ready to go, we can move on from Sheriff low to no cost. So I think he could be a future starting guard easy for the Jaguars. Give me Zach Zinter, Michigan.
Definitely. Yeah, it's nice that he wouldn't have to start right away, like wouldn't have to do trial by flames. He can learn under a sheriff, as you said, or if Cleveland gets hurt, but he's also good enough if either of them go down. I would trust Zach Center over Cooper Hodges, who I know we love, and he's a Jaguar Duval guy, but I just don't know. He was a seventh round pick or maybe a sixth round pick last year. We haven't really seen him other than preseason. So I definitely like going guard here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason Michigan was undefeated uh, and won the national championship. And no,
Oh yeah, it was all the
no
running.
slinging against JJ McCarthy. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily the passing game. Uh, now he didn't play the last couple of games, but they were able to dominate people just by the offensive line. And a lot of people said Zinter may have been one of the best on the line until he got hurt. So you let him fully recover, let him come in, be a beast, protect Trevor, get a running game. Let's get ETN some big time season again.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously good enough. Like he had the most yards after getting like touched or like
Yeah,
tackled.
yards after contact.
He
Yep,
yeah.
number one.
So it's obviously it wasn't his fault. It was all the offensive line. But now that we've added Mitch Morris, Cleveland's going to be healthy. Sheriff hopefully will be healthy too. He doesn't have to cover for uh the stinky center. I already forgot his name.
Uh,
Luke Fortner,
sorry,
yes.
Fortner.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. Oh, what a
All right, you're on
travesty
the
he
board.
was last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, we got three
Alrighty,
picks left. This is where it kind of gets into if you're looking for some sleeper picks here, we're all the way
definitely.
down to the 150s.
So I think we've hit pretty much every position that absolutely needs to be hit during the draft: cornerback, wide receiver, edge, and offensive line. I would say possibly a second corner wouldn't be bad here, or maybe a D tackle, depending on how the board looks. Let's go ahead and see. We have Elijah Jones from Boston College. He's a fairly good cornerback. MJ Devonshine, who would be a great value. They rank him at 79
Oh
here,
wow.
and we're at pick 153. Don't know why he's fallen, but he has fallen far. Let's see, where's D
Just
tackle?
just don't take another tight end for us.
Oh gosh, no.
It's like every
Um,
every bulky draft we get a new tight end.
okay,
Man,
so
Leonard
oh
Taylor.
man, Leonard Taylor the third from Miami. Supposed to be a first round guy, 5-star
Yep.
recruit, and then just didn't do anything in Miami. I mean, he
Yep.
has such a high ceiling, but it never looked like he ever really wanted to be there. And I would be worried about taking him, honestly. I mean, it's the fifth round, maybe take a shot on him, but I am actually gonna go cornerback, I believe. Um, and I'm going to go with Prince. He's actually met with the Jaguars on their top 30 visit. There's a bunch of tweets about him coming. I think the Jags really like him. I think we do need two corners because we need a slot corner and an outside corner. And in this league, you need to be able to rotate in case anyone goes down. Because if Campbell has another hamstring, it's going to be
Yep.
sad. So I'm going to go with a second corner here in the fifth round and Prince.
I love that. I mean, giving Ryan Nielsen some studs on defense here. I
Yeah.
think
And he
he
says
ran like a
everything starts with
4.3.
corners.
Yep.
So
Getting some
definitely
more
see us
speed.
going with two corners this year.
Yeah. Love it. All right. Well, we're getting into the final two. I guess this is my final selection here in round 6. Unless I want to
Yes.
make a trade just to get us two seventh rounds so I get one more selection. No,
Yeah.
I'm
If you
gonna
need a trade, let me know.
no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I don't I don't know enough guys to try and get two guys in round 7. We'll see who's on the board in round 6.
See if I know. Oh, there
There's
goes Leonard Taylor Jr. or the third.
oh Jalex Hunt.
Uh,
He's a he's a
yeah, we don't
small
need two
school
edge
beast.
guys.
No, no, no.
I think
Xavier
he's actually
Thomas, another
met
good
with.
edge.
Yeah, he has met with the Jaguars.
Oh, Gabe Hall, a Baylor guy, goes off the
I
board.
wouldn't. I wouldn't
Okay.
want to touch any Baylor guy from
I
last year's team. They were terrible.
think he's maybe the only Baylor guy that's potentially going to get drafted. All right, now we get into some interesting range. Let's look
Let's
at
look at
who
our
we've
picks
selected.
again.
Yep.
So we got Terrion Arnold in the first round, Chris Braswell, edge guy in the second round, a wide receiver, Brendan Rice, Jerry Rice's son, Zach Zinter, the guard from Michigan, and then Prince, another cornerback in the fifth round. So I would probably go another big body guy. Up to you though,
Yeah.
Jack.
I'm kind of looking at offensive tackle. Let's look at offensive tackle and then offensive line. Any of these guys jump
Alrighty.
off the page to you, Joey?
Um, I have been actually doing a lot of research on the UCF tackle right there, Tylen Gramble. He is from Fort Myers and actually ran a 5.9 40
Probably
yard dash.
4.9, right?
No, oh, yes, 4.9,
I
sorry.
was gonna say, I think
Uh
5.9's my 40.
yeah, sorry. 4.9 has a
Even Sweat beat a
athletic
5.9.
ranking of over 9. It's like thinking 9.3. Did really well in the combine. Uh, it's kind of been overlooked, a third round guy, but I think a guy that could definitely develop uh into a really good offensive tackle. And then let's also take a look at defensive tackle real quick, just see what's there.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan Jefferson, the LSU guy. Uh, Pretty great pick.
I actually
And
like
then,
Keith Randolph too. He's the guy that lined up next to Jerzon Newton, who will go in the first round. But switch it back to offensive tackle. I really like
all
that
right,
selection because in the sixth round, you're just looking for depth. And you brought it up, Joe. We need some depth at offensive tackle, not just this season, but especially next season with Cam and Walker Little, both their contracts in the final year. So give me Grable. You convinced me. Gotta love a Florida guy, UCF. Hopefully that pays off for us in the sixth round. And then Joey, you've got our final selection.
final selection. Let's see what falls to us in the seventh round. Can I make a miracle pick? Let's see. Oh, wow. Jordan Jefferson is still there in the seventh round.
That's
And
pretty
I
good
honestly,
value.
I don't hate Zion Leggy, or how do you even pronounce that? I'm not sure. I
Big
believe he's
Z.
met with the Jaguars as well. Let me pull up the list real quick.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get a defensive tackle that can give us depth, I feel pretty good about what we've done. Again,
That's
just
a pretty
drop in the
good draft.
comments.
Yep,
Yeah, no,
yep.
I'm
We
feeling good
did.
for our first co-mock draft together. Again, let us know what y'all think. But Joe, who you rolling with here?
I'm gonna roll with Zion. We have met with him on their pro day visits. I think that they probably talked with him. I love that he came from Georgia. They had a really good defense. I think that he may be able to work under Hamilton and Roy Robertson Harris and learn a lot from Armstead. And maybe he can develop. He doesn't have to start right away. Maybe he can just roll in. Great, I think, pick at 7.
Let's go. Well, we'll drop all of our picks here in just a minute so you can look. But again, drop your overall grade for how you think Joey and I did. Especially if you think it was good, drop it. If you think it was bad, just don't comment, I guess. Um,
I don't know how you
but
can't like this
yeah, come on.
board.
A plus. But
We got
here
Terrion
is,
Arnold right
yep,
here. The chances of him falling to 17 is a 47%. And then for him being the next pick, 5% chance. That means that was a really good pick. Most likely the Bengals would have picked him if we didn't.
pat
Chris
yourself on the back
Braswell.
there, Joey.
Yes. I knew it was a safe pick once I saw him. Chris Braswell, 59% chance of him falling to us in the second round, but an 18% chance that he was going to be picked next pick. So another great pick there, Jack. Looks like maybe traded up a little early, but I really wanted to make sure that I got Brennan Rice, Jerry Rice's son. 86% chance that he fell at 78 in the third round, 44% chance that he would have been there at the next pick.
Man,
Zach
my boy
Zenter.
Zach Zinter. I'm telling you,
It was only a
sleeper.
19% chance that he makes it to the fourth round, but there's a chance. And
Yep.
next pick, less than 5%.
Whew.
So another great pick there, Jack. Prince, I think, did a pretty good job here. 75% chance he falls to us in the fifth round, 37% chance that he's next pick. So really solid there. Um, and then here, sixth and seventh pick, they barely even have it. 95% chance he falls, 95% chance he's next.
Yeah.
You don't really know about the sixth and seventh round, but one through
Almost like a
five, I think we
dart throw.
crushed it.
Yep. I love it. Well, thanks for following along. Thanks for dropping some comments. Make sure you hit subscribe. Check out our podcast episode where we covered the draft, all three of us, and we've got some other draft content. But let us know if you want any more mock drafts from Joey and me, and potentially JT will jump on here too. But Joey, any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
My last thought is